नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I can do it.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Om Hare Krishna. Mataji, Prabhuji, Dhanyavad. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Saksuranimilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sita Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavansha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagaragatatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parajana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagadalaita Sri Vishakanitasha Sri Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinamando Jagatpate Govisha Govika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakandana Gaurangi Radhe Kuntabhajishwari Vrishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarabhacha Krupa Sandhavcha Yevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Bol Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Namaha Vishnupadaya Krishnavasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaha Vishnupadaya Krishnavasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauramani Pracharini Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Prem Se Bolo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Bol Mataji Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your recitation is inspiring and heartening to see everyone's devotion. Hare Krishna, Pasupati Murali, Prabhuji, do you have any question? You raised your hand. Do you have any question?
Maybe by accident I
Okay.
think about it.
Okay. So I humbly bow down to my spiritual master, whose wisdom has shown me the way in life with great kindness. He has helped me understand things I did not know before, allowing me to be here with all you today. Everything I say is because of his kindness, and I owe a lot to my Shiksha Guru who taught me. They have taught me a lot and helped me on my journey to understand myself better. With thanks and respect, I bow to them, grateful for their help and advice. I would like to welcome all of you to our session 10 on time management based on Bhagavad Gita. Today is the last session of anger, stress and time management. Last week, one of the devotee attended this class time management session, asked a question: should we really love our job? Or students study in the college because if we love it, will we not become attached to it? And if become attached to it, then we will not forget Krishna? It's a good question. Actually speaking, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that first one should do job for earning one's livelihood. Sariram kevalam karma kurban napnodi kilbisham. Everyone in this world has to do some work for earning their livelihood. One should do that. And after that, if you don't try to do your work well, you are living in the age of great competition, even survival. For survival, you have to do the work well. At the same time, one needs to balance between matter and spirit. Like you see, Prahlad Maharaj is telling all his friends, the first 10 years, if you take 100 years lifespan, the first 10 years goes in the bewilderment of the child. Next 10 years goes in playful time. First 20 years are gone for anybody in this world. We don't even remember what we're doing in those 20 years. And then last 20 years goes away in bedridden diseases. People even pass stool urine in the bed. Balance, you only have 60 years with you. In those 60 years, say you sleep about 10 to 11 hours. The sense gratifier sleeps 10 to 11 hours a day. Then 30 years are gone on that. He says that there is only balance of 30 years. So in that 30 years also, you will see that if a person is sleeping half a day, another in 12 years also you will find he works for 10 hours per day. So almost like um, 56 of the time is gone. uh, Almost like 5-6 of the time is gone. If you see like that, so very little time is left for God, to remember God. Prahalad is telling his friends, at least the time you utilize in God consciousness, he says. So the time is the same for all of us. In fact, how many people live till 100? Very few live. Most people live till 70, 80 nowadays. So in today's session also, I will be focusing on certain aspects which are more your attitude oriented towards life, towards work, towards spiritual life, towards, the time that you have. So you will see this is not a seminar like a typical time management seminar. You just make a chart and tell wanting to do this. Evening you do this. You may make and give. Now in the when I talk about 4 generation of time management, you will easily understand. Simply doing this that won't help. For example, it's the first generation. Let me share my screen. So the 3 generation of time management. Can someone read this? Mataji's, Prabhuji's, can someone read this?
I can read it, Mataji.
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
First generation, keep track of things you want to do with your time. Write your report, attend the meeting, fix the car, clean out the garbage, etc. 2, characterize by simple notes and checklists. 3, if tasks are not accomplished, put them on your list for tomorrow. There is a recognition and inclusiveness to the many demands placed on our time energy.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. So you have to do list, So you can make a to-do list. Say you want to do 10 things today. Finish to number 1, number 2, number 3. Just tick mark. All are done. I'm happy. Or someday you do only 3 or 4 out of 10. Others have not happened because you got busy with something, then you push it to the next day. This is the first generation, very simple. We all do that. Even an average illiterate man may also do that. This is very easy thing to do. So the 3rd generation of time management, 2nd generation. Mataji, please read this.
Planning and preparation. Number 2, characterized by calendars and appointment books. Number 3, goal setting, planning ahead, and scheduling future activities and events. And 4 is make appointment, write down commitments, identify deadlines.
Yes. Reflex and attempt to look ahead to schedule event activities in the future. Thank you, Mataji. When you see that I have many things to do, and then you decide that some activities I will do during this week, some in this next week, some in the next month, and then you also make appointments with people and tell them this particular study I am doing, it should be get over by that particular week. You make deadlines like this. So this is actually here, 2nd generation involves planning. 1st generation involves no planning. You just put to do list and just execute. What is the problem in that? You will see that the important things remain undone and the trivial things get done in the 1st generation. So the second generation, what do? You plan in such a way that you give more weightage to important things, and then you put it. Then I will do today, that I will do tomorrow, that I will do next week, and I will have a deadline also to complete. Sometimes what happened, today I couldn't complete something, I push it tomorrow, then tomorrow, day after, it keeps on pushing, it never happens, and new things keep coming up. Then if I have too many things to do, then what do? Then I can have this kind of calendar scheduling and chart thing. For example, I sometimes fix 2 months in advance. In a particular place I'm supposed to go to, say India, for 4 months I go. Every year I go during this time, I used to go here. So these are fixed 3 months or 4 months in advance. What will be the program? So these are all fixed to well in advance. What is the advantage? You can book flight tickets. So in this way, now you can understand, in second generation certain programs cannot be, can I do to do list. For example, April 15th I say to do, today's May 24th, right? So May 25th, I'm tomorrow I'm going to India. You can't say that. So you need a calendar. So you need to put a plan ahead, and then certain tasks to be completed, deadline. This is the second generation. It makes sense, isn't it? Right?
Yep.
So next, third generation of management. Yeah, please, someone can read it, Mataji.
Okay. Planning and prioritizing and controlling. Clarifying your values and priorities. Number 2, set a long, medium, or short-range goals, and prioritize your activities on a daily basis, characterized by a wide variety of planners and organizers, electronic as well as paper-based, with detailed forms for daily planning. 3 generations of the management.
Thank you, Mataji. Here comes very important addition here. That means sometimes you may have 30 things to do, but which is more important for you? I will tell you a simple thing. Say you have got to respond to, say, 10 mails today, but tomorrow you have exam. So you think that I will quickly finish the 10 mails and then study for the exam. But some of the mails are very big mails. What you have to read, understand and take time. So then what you may do, first let me finish my exam test tomorrow, and then I will reply these mails in the afternoon when I come back or something. So you push this. That means you are giving priority. Where tomorrow's test is a pressing priority for you now. So in this, you have to prioritize. For example, your rounds are remaining. Say your 3-4 rounds are remaining from the morning. Somehow you couldn't complete. Somebody talked to you during chanting, and now in the afternoon you are responding to WhatsApp messages and some phone calls, and then again you have to go out for something. You will come back in the evening there is a program also. In this way the round gets pushed sometime the 9 o'clock in the night. So then what do? Prioritize. Now I am coming for lunch now. In a minute after lunch I will not hang around. I will go upstairs somewhere, sit in the chair and complete my 4 rounds. So that's become important priority for you. So ask yourself the question, are you good in the prioritizing? Do you know which one is more important? Which one is the less important? If you don't know, that's very important to learn that. We should not be penny wise, pounds foolish, as we say. Penny wise, pound foolish means, like for example, in the railway station, you will see all the unit trains or electric trains are made to stop. And Rajdhani and such kinds of express are made to go fast, right? So they know which is the priority. So they allow them to go, like you will see many ministers and all, when they come to Chennai or Madurai, in my hometown, they have a bulb at the top of the car. You have seen that. So when their car comes, all other vehicles are moved aside and their car is allowed to go first. Ambulance one also, because it is a priority. They should be allowed to go first. Similarly, never life also, we should know what is priority. Actually, oftentimes due to our mind nature, the pleasurable activities preoccupied. our time and vital activities are kept aside. One example I will tell you. Say day after tomorrow you have an examination, you have to study, and you need to 2 to 3 days you need time to study. But you will see that many pleasurable activities like WhatsApp messages is coming, somebody is calling, talking, chatting, meeting. Time goes in this, and then you don't study. Therefore, first of all, you have to know what is priority, and then you should know how to give importance to priority. So priority will come to that, how to do that. So problems is the third generation management. Yeah, can someone read this, Mataji? Shani Mataji?
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
I can read it. Oh, does someone else want to read?
Yes.
Should I do it?
Yes, Mataji, you can read.
Okay. Okay. Problems with the third generation time management. A, the efficiency focus creates expectations that clash with the opportunities to develop rich relationships, to meet human needs, and to enjoy spontaneous moments on a daily basis. B, the planners make people feel too scheduled, too restricted, and turns off people reverting to first or second generation techniques to preserve relationships, spontaneity, and quality of life.
Thank you, Mataji. So actually what he is saying mainly here, sometimes you make deadlines on the third generation. Oh, in 2 days you have to complete this. In 5 days you have to complete this. Next you have to do this. So you have so many things to do in your list. So you go from one goal to second goal to third goal, and you don't spend time with your people. You don't have time to meet anybody. So the relationship may suffer. Like that, there are men who hardly go to home. They have no time with wife, children. Or there are men working in company who have no time with other men in the company. So there is no time for developing a relationship. Human needs are not taken care, but sometimes the work is happening well. So therefore we will come to very soon to another thing, how much it is important to have human interaction and how much it is important to complete our task in hand. It depends on who you are. If you are a workaholic, you will get importance with one task in hand, work in hand. If you are more of a people man, people, then you are likely to connect with people more and spend time during tea time, during lunch time, hang around with people and talk to them. And you may also do some work, but workaholic means they get into work is everything for them, and both have their plus and minus. We will come to that point. Next, second one, can you read Mataji, this one? Fourth generation time management. That can change the way you have thinking. So the planners make people feel too scheduled, too restricted, and turns off people reverting to first or second generation technique to preserve relationship, spontaneity, and quality of life. Right? Sometimes because of too many things in your schedule, your health may get collapsed. Last nights and early mornings, not eating on time, not sleeping on time, sometimes trying to fit to many things in a short time. So health is spoiled, relationship is spoiled, and the quality of work done may be spoiled because of fatigue. Fatigue causes effort. So these are all problems in third generation, trying to put everything within the calendar and chart, and today, tomorrow, like that. So then we go to the fourth generation. As we move from our urgency to importance, we encounter the fundamental question at hand. What are first things and how do we put them first in our lives? Fourth generation time management that can change the way you have been thinking. This is the paradigm shift you will have when you understand this one. Time management is a really misnomer. The challenge is not to manage time, but to manage ourselves. If you manage ourselves, time will be easily managed, because satisfaction is a function of our expectation and realization. That means the expectation and the satisfaction lie in our circle of influence. You see, be very clear, but to expect from our life. What to expect from our life. And then, if the expectation is met, then you will feel satisfaction. I will clarify it as we go ahead now. Mataji, can you read someone this fourth generation?
Rather than focusing on things and time, fourth generation expectations focus on preserving and enhancing relationships and on accomplishing results. In short, on maintaining PC balance, problem PC balance.
Thank you.
Personal balance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So rather than focusing on things and time, fourth generation, things to do, done and time. Fourth generation expectation focus on preserving and enhancing relationship and on accomplishing results. In short, on maintaining P versus PC balance, a product versus product capability balance. Last session I explained that to you, goose and the golden eggs, balance of selling. See, if you take out of the goose well, it will take care of the goose well. It will regularly give you golden egg. Similarly, if you take care of your relationship with people well, many of your work will be done by people and the burden will not come on you. That is the point he is making. So actually, generally in the first three generation, the focus is on these are the things I have to do and this much time I have. Now, how can I finish? Now, for example, I have to make these slides or PPT for next class, what topic, and I want some special pictures and I don't know where to get. So I have asked our Prabhuji. I sent him mail 2 weeks ago. Then Prabhuji, I am going to do this PPT for self-realization. I need some ideas, suggestions, or pictures, or the time management. Now we are doing, right, anger, stress and time management. So for that I asked that some suggestion and can you please send me some. So he had found some topics, ideas from different parts. Try this Yugala Kishore Prabhuji book and he collected them and he sent me. So he had been made it easy for me, right? Now so if I have a relationship with another person, the relationship helps to reduce my load of work as well as my head breaking. So and difficulty. You understand? No? And we need to know who can provide what with support, who can provide, and also who will provide you support. Maybe some people respect you because you are an authority. Some people may respect you because they are touched by your devotional service or in there or whatever. We all have, we can call it as a PPCC. We call it as PPCC means your position, your personality, character and competence. For these four things, people respect you. For example, I am holding a position as a president. So, some people have respect and what type of personality you have. Is this a pleasing personality that many people connect with you very well? Or the personality is not so good and they may give distance, they may not connect. And CC means character and competence. If you are a man of character, people trust you. If you are a man of confidence, people will respect you and they will come to you for consultation. So in this way, through this PPCC, you have a relationship with people through which you can share some of the overload and get some things done. And for that, you have to actually invest in a relationship as well as accomplishing result. End result should be achieved. That should be the goal. Whether you take this route or this route or this route or any route you take, focus on this, the two double R of life. Relationship with people and result to be accomplished from the goal, from the job. For a student, his relationship is what? If he has relationship with the inmates in the student center and he has the relationship with the topper in the class, and they may able to actually give him some guidance and studies and everything. And with relationship with devotees, that helps him to advance in spiritual life very nicely. And what is his result? At the end of the year, I should be 8.39. I want the result. So am I accomplishing the result? that what you should ask. Sometimes we talk and talk and talk hours and hours. We could have done like this. We could have done like this. It's all useless. Don't talk. You can take the A route or the B route or the C route, or the end of the year you have to produce marks. Even we tell devotees also that in our preaching also, at the end of the year you should have some true digit numbers of devotees who are serious about chanting 16 rounds. Like 10 devotees at least come to 16 rounds and they become serious. So why we prescribe the end result? You may say that the Prabhuji, our family lives to take care elder people, kids, and growing, focus them how they study, pattern change, and the devotees had blend with home their life. And nowadays the students are finding too much of assignment in the college. Okay, it is all right, let's whatever it be. So for each of those people problem, you have to find out a solution. So you don't have to list me the problem. You have to show me only that this is the how it's done. If somebody says, Prabhuji, there are the problems we had, but despite all the problems we found a solution for each of them, and at the end we have 10 to 12 devotees who are 16 rounders. So we focus on the result, because if you focus on in between problem and argue with them, then the dialogues are too long and there is no end to it. Therefore you prescribe the relationship and results two things: product and problem. Product capability, so we have physical assets, financial assets. All these things are very carefully used here. What is that one activity that if you did superbly well and consistently, that would be bring positive result in your personal life, in your professional life, or in your academic life. So one has to think. There are many things. All these things are quadrant 2 qualities. For example, if you take good care of your health, you can contribute more. Screen a few common answers. One second. Just change that. Give me a second. Okay. If you improve your communication with people and give up your faults, then you will be able to actually get a lot of help from others. Many people are friendly, then they will help us. Similarly, if you can delegate some of your work to others, then you will be able to save yourself from workload. And also empowering your people means training, educating. We call it three we call it we call it as a triple E. We call it train, then educate, and engage, empower. First you educate them, then you engage them in the service, then they become expert, empower them to lead the service themselves. So in this way, educate, engage, and empower people, then lot of work will be taken by others. They will do it, but better planning and organizing well in advance, not last minute, running around. It's a habit of many people to run at the hour, which is not good. Better planning means quadrant 2. And then if you are doing all these things, then you will also be very intelligent and looking forward for new opportunities which may come. You will actually have time to think of your new opportunities. Other than the new opportunities are not the routines one, not the regular ones, they are totally new. For example, if you have been doing all your preaching in one place, you go to your college or bring some people, now you are in quadrant 2. Man very intelligent. Now you may go to the your senior and suggest, Prabhuji, this is one another community, neighbors, friends newly come up, and the very sincere devotees are there, and it will be nice. I would like to take one day in a week, can go there, and I want to connect some of them to our center. So it's a nice opportunity. One may be watchful alert for new opportunities. This is only possible for a quadrant 2 worker. If there are some opportunities coming up, one will learn to take the advantage of the opportunity which is coming our way. So yeah, this is the basically quadrant 2. See quadrant 1, you should not quit, and quadrant 3, 4 are gone here. So yeah, Mataji, can someone read this?
Do now, crisis and deadlines, breakdown maintenance, health crisis or attraction. Okay. Number 2, decide, training, education, empowerment, planning, preventive maintenance, self-development, and relation building, not urgent.
Thank you, Mataji. Mainly it is quadrant 2 because you have vision, balance, discipline, control, few crises, everything. And then you shrink one as much as you can. This is how our life is supposed to be. Okay, I will show you now another one. One second. So one great writer said, we are all spiritual being with a human experience. He said. Similarly, if somebody is a spiritual being with a dog experience or a cat experience. So we are spiritual beings with a human experience. Like you see, we are that yellow one. The yellow one, the soul.
Total body. Spiritual beings.
Yes, the yellow one, the soul. Yeah, so we are covered with gross and subtle bodies. In the subtle body is told our script. Here the soul is coming out of the body along with the subtle body. Man buddhya ahankar, and goes to the next body. Here you see the yellow portion. You see that the actually innate quality of the soul, good quality, pure qualities. And then there are acquired qualities, the red one. You see there, the light, the light color. Acquired means unwanted qualities. Yeah, bad habits that have come on us. Like somebody puts a red color paper in your specs, everything will look red for you. And that is the superficial over the glass. If I remove the red, then I will see proper, right? Similarly, there are some bad habits that are acquired, like rainwater coming down is pure. When it touches the ground, it's become impure. Like here you will see that these habits, if we change, a lot of our time will be saved there. Like for example, the simple bad habits like postponing always. And then there is a time which you really are into crisis. You postpone. You never study throughout the semester. I will come to the end of the semester and suddenly the time is too less to study. How many of you have heard about surprise tests in the colleges? Surprise test. So when the professor gives surprise test, the boy says, "Sir, we have not gone through the books, but at least one day before they could have told us." But the professor will say, that's the meaning of the surprise test. That means you don't tell before. So many people postpone, and then they suffer. So acquired bad qualities. Similarly, some people are very emotional in nature. If they are mood off, half a day goes off. Can someone read this, Mataji, this chart?
Okay. Postponing and mood off, the sample one. And then the second one is easily irritated, inability in team playing. Number 3, lacking loyalty and bad mouthing.
Yes, they won't do anything. Yeah, they won't do anything. They will just starting at the sky and they will just sitting in the chair. Like this, they won't do anything. Mood off. that's how they lose time. Some people lose time in being mood off. Some people keep on postponing. See, they plan to do something at a particular time. Say today I plan to do something because 2 to 3, and then 2 o'clock, I hang around, go here, go there, talk. It has become 3 now. Somebody may ask me, bro, which 2 to 3 I supposed to do that. No, I postponed it tomorrow. And this is the very famous thing for some people. They keep on postponing, therefore they lose time. Similarly, if you are easily irritated for small things, we stress ourselves and we cause stress and to others also. Similarly, if you cannot do team playing well, then we have weak relationship with people. Could weak relationship, the whole load will come on you. You cannot get cooperation from others. Then because the whole load comes on you, lot of your time goes in doing, because you are not getting cooperation from others. See, each of it you can relate it to time management. You will see, if somebody lacks loyalty, or he can be fired from the job, because once a man is fired from the job, you have to run from billet to post to get another job. Similarly, if you have done bad mouthing of somebody behind their back, oh, when they come to know, they will challenge you, confront you. Hey, I heard you told about me to somebody like this, somebody like that. Then you will have to wrestle with the guilt, and you will have to write to a 2-page, 3-page mail to them. Actually, I don't mean that you are a wonderful person, you are this, you are that. Lot of energy times goes in pacifying that person, and that's how we lose time. So you will see that we lose time because of bad habits arising from tamoguna and rajoguna. Okay, let us see how we change these 3 things. So change your attitude. I am what I am. See, change your attitude by accepting responsibilities. Okay, let us see. So, see, if you are like this, I am what I am, then you have no possibilities of growing. Like accepting responsibilities means, for example, if somebody says, Mataji, what do you always postpone like this? And our answer is, I am what I am. Mataji, I am habituated to postponing. Is there a good answer? No. Mataji, how can you forget this? That day you told you will do it. Now we are saying you forgot. Mataji, I am what I am. I tend to forget, you see. That's my nature. That means people will not trust us, right? Tomorrow people will think, oh, she is very forgetful. You all have experience of this. There are certain people, you tell them it is done. But some people, if you tell them, you have to follow up. Why follow up? Because they forget. So what is our attitude towards learning? See, what is our attitude towards learning in you? So you are going to college. What is our attitude towards learning? You can see that in a Mataji very conscious, Krishna conscious. So I don't have to learn. Like I said, that one devotee girl was saying, isn't it? So see, no matter what your age is, how busy you may be, you should always be in a learning mode. You should always be in a learning mode. Srila Prabhupada went to America. He would go to watch the Bharatanatyam. He was not interested in watching the world dancing Bharatanatyam. All the audience would be looking at the stage, and Prabhupada would looking at the American audience and see how they are appreciating Indian culture. Because he wanted to study, he asked Americans to take him to various places, and he was gaining awareness from them. He told that I am new to America, I don't know, and young boys and girls were ready to help him. So Prabhupada was always in a curious mood to learn and learn from others. Even though he was an acharya, he did not mind, asking people about culture, about the interest of people. So in learning, we shouldn't say I was too busy. If I say, you see, Prabhuji, so old, how can I give test? You have seen people say that I have already crossed 30. Somebody says, but I have crossed 40. So we should be willing to give test, study and give test. See, we should not have a one rigid mindset. I cannot do it. What is your mindset at work? What is your mindset at work? Do you endeavor to improve your current performance and look for new opportunities to grow? See, there are some people in the company, they will be waiting for boss to give some job. Once the job is done, then they will just relax very coolly until the boss will call them and tell them there is one more job for you. But actually, people who are very efficient people, they actually, even in the current work that they are doing, they always try to improve, keep on ongoing improvement, and they always look for new opportunities. What more can we do? What can we do? What they are all the fellows become managers later on. They take up very senior positions eventually in the company, and this is a true in Krishna conscious also. Are you trying for ongoing improvement in your Krishna consciousness life? Or you doing the rock button minimum? Okay, Mangala Arati done, Narsinga Arati done. We will be around. Don't take it very light. Spiritual life, if you just do the minimum, I'm supposed to attend the class for 40 minutes this over. I'm supposed to chant. So if you do things in a very mechanical way like a robot, then we don't get much reciprocation from Krishna. So one has to be constantly thinking, how can I improve my chanting? How can I improve my hearing? How can I improve my relationship with the devotees? How can I, improve my, spending my time in a quality manner? How can I improve my quality of life? In everything, we should think of improving and look for new opportunity to grow. What is your attitude towards change? What is what which is not liked by most people? People hate change. Do you feel unpleasant or unprepared for anybody giving you last minute assignment? See, these attitudes matters a lot in the time management. Generally, managers actually look for people who are enthusiastic to take up service, not the people who ran away or wash off the responsibilities and ran away. They are looking. Not like that. So, are you a firefighter? Do you keep dealing with things as they come, or do you plan in advance? If you plan in advance, you are a quadrant 2 manager. Isn't it? Similarly, if you are in quadrant 2 manager, you will not be shocked by last minute assignment. Can you say why? If you are a quadrant 2 manager, why you will not be afraid of last minute assignment? Mataji's, Prabhuji's. Anybody answer this question?
But you're not taking your job seriously. That means you're not fit for the job. You're not responsible. You're not organizing yourself. Or
if you are
that's
not
a bad attitude for a job. It's you could be fired, and you should leave the job if you can't fulfill your duties. Again, considering that people have all kinds of problems like psychological, medical issues, personality issues, and I'm the one can rule this. So it plays a lot of personality issues and how to control rather than working together and taking responsibility of helping herself or himself and others. So it plays a major role. Procrastination is a major part of the people's problems and disorganization.
Yes. So, thank you. If you plan in advance, you are quadrant 2 manager. So, because quadrant 2, why you will have ample of time if you are quadrant 2 manager? Because quadrant 2 has no question of any crisis. See, for example, last 1 or 2 weeks, you did not face any crisis. Now, one ad hoc service is coming to you. Will you be shocked? That's the reason. Therefore, it is said if you want to work to be done, you go to the busiest fellow. It is said that they have time. Those who are very good in planning in quadrant 2. You have once in an hour ad hoc comes, they will be able to take it. They won't feel unpleasant or unprepared. They will not say, how can you tell me now? Last minute I have just to do that. They won't say that, because actually they are the planned and they execute things on time. They will be able to fit it. They will be able to fit in and find time. So change your thinking by self-awareness. So all about bad habits can be changed there, right? Two things. See, how do you change your thinking? You change your thinking by two ways. One is first to do self awareness. Second thing is change your thing by a positive attitude. Two things. So self awareness means you know what are my bad habits. I have a habit to go late at night to bed. I have a habit of getting up late in the morning. I have a habit of keeping some 2-3 rounds for the evening every day. It's a bad habit. I have a habit of studying for college tests only when the test dates are announced. I have I have a tendency to push my studies to the end of the semester, and I have a habit of always getting 0 marks in the study chart. So write down all your bad habits, and then after you write the bad habits, this is the way you have to do a self awareness. Go out of your body and look at you. Oh, this habit is nectar in the beginning, so in this way you will see how can I get rid of the bad habit. So you have to associate with people who don't have this bad habit. They are opposite. For example, if I have laziness to sleep in the afternoon, I should go to the room of a girl who is brisk and who always studies in the afternoon. Like that, I have a habit of studying at the end of the semester. I should associate with the girl or boy who is studying from the beginning of the semester. He or she always is very alert and vigilant. He collects the books and makes the notes, and you just hang around with him, and you will lot of lots of flow. Just like when you are going in a bike, you hold on to the lorry or something, your bike speed will be lorry speed, right? You just connect with people, and I do that all the time. For example, in my special life, I connect with good devotees who you are inspired by. Actually, they will always increase your positive energy when you are connected with people, very nice devotees in yeah, so in every field. So it's very easy how to do self awareness. Look to you and to you, and look at you. Like earlier I told you some bad habits, becoming irritable or postponing. So you look at you how what type of person you are. There is a self awareness. Second thing is give up your negative talk. Negative talk means what? Mataji, I don't think, oh, I will be able to change. I am what I am. This is the negative talk. Mataji, she is a very smart devotee. I think purva janma, she must have done punya. uh, I think Mataji, I don't have punya, so it will not work for me. So very dangerous, very dangerous. These guys are chronically negative. So here you are coming to know today. Let's don't be negative. Positive means I should at least say that I will give a try. At least I will try in this direction. So then only we have hope for improvement. Otherwise, no hope for changing. No hope for changing. And change your behavior by how do you behave. Change your behavior. Behavior means that the way you speak, that the way you deal, that the way you do things. Know what is right and what is wrong. Choose the right one and say no to the wrong thing, and boost the willpower and by discipline the practice of what is right. So for example, in our behavior, say somebody has a bad mouthing behavior, so find out what is right, what is wrong. The bad mouthing is wrong, and then the right behavior is to be very careful in our speech. How to talk. If you want to glorify others, you can glorify. Otherwise, we should not talk unnecessarily. So choose the right one and then have a discipline to practice. Okay, today from morning to night, I will not badmouth about anybody. Next day, you say the same thing. Then you make it for 1 week. Coming 1 week, I will not speak. Then coming 1 month, then I become a nature for you. Isn't it? So how do we deal with people? Especially how do we deal with those whom have you have little quarrel. So bur, bur, gur, gur, like that they make sound. So prepare your mind. What is the right behavior? How do we speak? How do we deal with different people? If you have understood that I need a change in my speech and a dealing behavior, and I am doing things, So some this behavior also includes many things. For example, somebody may that something and then keep it open like that only, that may not close it. You understand. Say for example, if we have a dal or chapati, this thing in the box, if you close it, it will be hot. If you keep it open, it will become cold. So you take your chapati and right, and then you keep it open and go away. For others, it become cold, right? So it's a behavioral problem. So how do you change the behavior? First of all, I have to observe, or somebody has to tell how many of you feel you got some feedback from the others about your behavior. Somebody gave you. See, almost all of us, somebody get feedback about the behavior. Mataji's, Prabhuji's. See, almost all of us, amazing, na? Directly or indirectly, subtle or grossly, people tell us. So that itself is, so there is a peer feedback, there is a superior feedback and self feedback. Three type of feedback from where we know our behavior: self feedback, peer feedback, superior feedback. Combine all the three, write down. Then three, try to change the behavior. See, first I set the milestone. Where am I now? The maroon block is the first one. We are very poor. We are way below. And then set my stone. In 1 month or 2 months, I will do this. Then there is a fifth step where you attain the goal. Another thing you do is connect with experts in that field. I already told you this, people who do that activity very well, you save a lot of energy, time by this. You connect with experts and also be a part of the community of those with a similar passion and ambition and aspiration. It can be inspiration life. It can be a material life. So these are three matters a lot. The first one is your own personal milestone setting. And the second one is some people are exclusively expert in that. Similarly, some people are very expert in sloka recitation, like our own appreciation, Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji. You can take from them. Somebody you name a service, whom to connect with, right? Whom to approach for what. There are expert. You go to them. They have a lot of resources to share with you. There's a connecting with the expert. Those who are very, that if I go to this fellow, I can get this. So I connect with this expert. So, and then be a part of the community with those in a similar passion. There are the like our peers who actually are also aspiring. For example, I want to get up early in the morning. I should go and sleep in the room where everybody is early wakers, and they will wake up also. And I say I want to get up early, and I go to room of people who will get up at 4:30. It will not help. So you need people similar passion. So these are okay. There is one more thing I want to show. Plan to do, interact. Plan, do, interact. Now you are ask what type of person you are. Do you plan a lot, or you do a lot of work without planning much, or you have a people man? You always interact with people always. So now all of you, what you do a small exercise. You can put, if you are a good planner, you plan a lot but you don't do much. Then you have to put plus, minus, minus. Or if you do a lot of work but you don't plan at all, then you come to know that most of that work is already done by somebody before. You could have taken from him. You would not. So, or if you are neither planning or doing, but you have a habit of hanging around with devotees, moving on a Haribol Prabhu, Haribol Mataji, you have just that type of person, that type of popular person. You are you are minus, minus, plus, or some of them make good in two things. They can then you can put plus, plus, minus, like that. You understood now in your mind only you do it. Now I am going to show you the answer now. Okay, you are ready? Okay, see, if you got plus, plus, minus, you are Samatma Durlabaha, very rare. You are the most balanced person, which means your plan well and then you executing well. While executing, you take out of some time and interact with other people. You are good in all of the three. But if you plan and do well, that means you do your own things well. You don't care about others much. If you do your work without much planning and you are spending time mostly interacting with people due to which you don't plan, that means what happened? Most of the time you are doing others' work. You are expecting in doing whose work? Others' work. So your work is not so well done. You are not good in planning. So and if a plan, if a plus minus plus, your plan will very well and you are always very good with all the people. You meet with everybody, Hari bol, everything, but no work is done. And so what is it? Good intention, but no work done. This is very popular one. People plan and plan remains plan only. So still you are not considered plus time manager in the top. It's a return thereby. Because why? Because you got 2 pluses. Some of you may get 2 minuses. See, if you only plan well, you are called a daydreamer. Daydreamer. Because these people plan a lot and don't execute anything. If you are only working very hard without planning anything, you are called a workaholic. And if you are a people friendly and don't plan to or do any work, you are a poor at finishing work. See here, you got plus minus daydreamer. Minus time minus time managers. If you got planning, doing, everybody likes you, only one work is done. And minus is very bad. He nails neither plans nor works nor interacts. He is a depressed if alone. He is a depressed, lonely, frustrated. He gets suicidal thoughts. It is tamoguna, opening person. He suffers. So they definitely have to improve. Okay, now one more thing I want to show you. See, last session showed you this. What is the one quadrant action one? So do now. That's how the items force you, because there is no time available now. No, there is no time to talk. No, do now, right now. So this is the you can decide in quadrant 2. Decide why, because there is a training, education, empowerment, planning. You have time. It is not urgent, but it's important. Educating, empowering people. With that, which quadrant? Second quadrant. That's the second quadrant. It is not that it's a very urgent. If it is not this week, we can have next week. But it's a training program. So there you can decide when to do all that. But in quadrant 1, is that time to decide? Gas cylinder over. No time to decide. Immediately have to do it. In India, this is in India. Here we don't need that. And see that quadrant third. What do you do? Delegate to someone else. Quadrant of deception. You can delegate. Authorized to represent others. It's somebody else who is ready to handle. They have time. Certain works can be done by other people. See, there are certain activities, especially which you only give you. Certain things you can delegate. If you are a managerial role, you can give it to others instead of you. You are still doing everything. And see the last quadrant of deception. What do you do? Delete it. So far, do you can remember. So I will tell you the quadrant, and you have to tell me what is the what to do. The Mataji's quadrant 1.
Well, if it's a crisis deadline, do it right now. Otherwise, you'll be in a hard path.
Very good. Quadrant 2.
It's always you should train yourself, you educate, you learn about it, ask for help, and organize yourself and plan ahead of time.
Yes, yeah.
Don't procrastinate.
Decide right now. And the quadrant 3, delegate.
Delegate means you just, if you can't do it, at least call somebody who can help you out.
Yes,
Phone call
yes.
for information, ask
Right.
for help, what to do.
Right. Then quadrant 4.
Delegate means if it's not that important to you, to ask somebody who is reliable for you, whom you can trust.
Yes.
Things still need to be done, but then
Right,
see
right.
how you want to do it through the other party that you can trust.
Yes, yeah, then quadrant 4. What about quadrant 4?
I can see quadrant 4.
Delete.
The delete.
Yes.
It's if it's not important, but again, you're still responsible for it somehow. But you have to get it done at some point. But then again, you have to rely on somebody. They all are important for you.
That's
Your goal
good.
is.
Yeah. If you know about quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4 in the short way, so out of this, which one we want to preserve? We want to decide in advance and plan in advance to
Number 2.
educate, engage,
Decide.
empower people that will save a lot of our time, energy. Good.
Decide.
Yes,
Decide.
yes. So plan and do preventive maintenance and also sell our sell to government. Take care of our body and health, everything, and relationship building. All this comes in quadrant 2. So quadrant 2 you maximize, quadrant 1 you shrink, and what do you do with the quadrant 3 and 4? Delete it off or delegate and delete. Now for example, there are certain things which you should not delete, but you have to delegate. For example, say if somebody has come from another temple to this temple, they know they want to go around the temple, somebody has to take them for a tour. So if I cannot take them for a tour, then I can arrange somebody to take them for a tour. But if you delete that responsibility, then they will become disoriented. You understand? So you can delete all the responsibilities. You have to be responsible and committed person also. But certain things you delegate, and other things which you know for sure are useless. What do you do? Delete. Clear na? Therefore, it is very important to know the difference between the two. What should be delegated? What should be deleted. So, say for example, you are studying now Prabhupada book. It's time. Somebody has come, now he wants to sleep at night in yoga or somewhere here, and he has no blanket, he has not taken prasadam. He's given you a call and you are supposed to do, and you think, oh, this fellow is spoiling my study. Now if I go to give him prasad and blanket and everything, my half an hour will go away. I never get to touch Prabhupada book. So your mind may say, you just leave it, somebody will take care of you. So that is the irresponsible behavior, right? Now that means you have deleted your responsibility. What you should do, delegate to somebody to make sure he does it also. Yeah, so therefore we should we know that difference between the two. Although I am saying quadrant 3 and 4 should be thrown off, we have to be very careful. There are many people who are so rigid in following quadrant 2 and 1 that others will become displeasant with them for foregoing their responsibilities in the irresponsible way, right? Now you see, do you have, tell me, the mood in this time? Wasters, never setting goals or not sticking to them. What is it? Never setting goals means ignorance, or setting goals or not sticking to them. That is also ignorance, mode of ignorance. That means, you may sometimes set goals. You may say that I want to do it. I wish I can avoid my laziness, but I can't. I wish I can do this. It's only a wish, a dream only. They never make plan. They never.
Tamogunam, Mataji. That's tamogunam.
It's tamoguna. Yes. Wonderful, Mataji. You understand very nicely. So, the time management class. Next time you can take the time management class. Moving around and socializing too much to feel security. Ignorance, tamoguna. They want security. They feel insecure. They think, I want to feel a relationship with many people so that I am not alone. They want to feel the security to go around, and they don't do any work. Low level of concentration. Getting easily distracted by trivial things. So, who get distracted? Matajis, who get distracted?
Person you just mentioned, more socialization and
passionate people. Yeah, passionate people. They hop and jump from one to another. and they sit with the TV. They can see them jumping from one to one, this thing to one channel to another. Similarly, they have the habit of jumping to and hopping and jumping, doing more than one thing at the time and accepting unrealistic deadlines. Passion. Why they accept unrealistic deadlines? They feel a kind of adventure and thrill.
They're more narcissistic. They think they can accomplish a lot of things.
Yeah, I did a lot. They want to show, getting involvement in everything to gain credit and popularity, indecisiveness and postponing decision, ignorance. Ignorance means indecision. You are unable to decide whether to get left or right. You don't know. You always keep postponing decision. Actually, this is something that irritates many people. They'll say, probably tell me this, don't keep postponing like this. And actually, these people who postpone, they pray that it's somehow this way forget the problem. So if you have a habit of postponing decision, you have to tell the person that I am unable to decide, go to someone else. I'm a higher authority, thinking no one else can manage my work if I am absent. Passion, feeling difficulty to work with highly accomplished and smart leaders. Yeah, actually it can be ignorance or passion. In ignorance you feel insecurity. In passion, you cannot work because you are not a team player with such people. But things are badly organizing unclean desk. Ignorance clutched desk. Looking for too much perfection in job leading to micromanagement. Passion. That means all the things are swallowing our time. Are you able to understand that point? These are the things that passion and ignorance are the one things which are following our time. A person in goodness, he is committed, he is responsible, he is tolerated, he is humble, he is willing to listen, he has a habit of sharing culture. So we will see a mood of goodness means we are going to go beyond this the kind of passion and ignorance gradually. So you have to cut the task into smaller tasks. Big tasks always frightening and overwhelming. Cut them into smaller tasks and then decide, morning I will do this, after I will do this, evening I will do this, a little drop of water make a ocean. Little task you keep doing, you will be amazed. A big task will be done by, if you do like that, little by little you can cover. So if we are finishing concluding this 10 sessions of today, anger, stress and time management. If we want, we can keep one more session for how do we catch up this thing from all this session in the next Friday.
Very nice. Very nice, Mataji. Very nice.
Thank you, Mataji. If you have any question, next week we all can have this complete anger, time, stress management. We can conclude the session with our Prabhuji. Prabhuji will take the last session. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Chandramshi Prabhuji. Yeah. Please give some
feedback.
Yeah. And Prabhuji will take the last session to conclude the whole anger, stress and time management.
Right.
So
I think it's a great way to discuss, and people are struggling every day with these kind of difficulties.
Yes.
And organization is the biggest thing. Procrastination is a major distractible kind of things in life. So different level of jobs, different personality, different kind of relationship, and so we are entangled with a lot of other things. And then at last, that's how people get into trouble at work. And then personal life gets affected, professional life gets affected, and again, your spiritual life gets affected too.
Yes, Mata.
Thank you, Mata. It was very nourishing, excellent topic, and your discussion, your lecture is great. Thank you. We enjoyed.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Any other devotees? Any Prabhuji's, Mataji's? Any comments? Any?
I have the comment.
Oh, thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Shani Mataji, yeah, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, this has been very helpful. I feel like they should teach this in school to little kids from the very beginning of their education, because
Yeah,
I
right,
just don't
right.
feel like they don't teach them how to focus. They don't teach them time management. You know, they only teach them to follow orders. You know,
Yeah,
oh, sit down, do this, that. But then when they break off on their own, they don't have the skills. You know, and then it turns
yeah,
into a
exactly,
lifelong
Mataji.
battle.
It's very important for the kids. Yeah, they can start this session in the schools.
Or maybe we can start the session for the kids.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, in our kids class. Yes.
It's important. Like my son, him and all of his friends, they carry all of their books in their book bag all day long
Mm-hmm.
because no one taught them how to use the locker and how to manage the time in between the classes
Mm-hmm.
to take the books to make it to class in time. And their bags are really heavy. And I keep asking, why do you carry it? You know, he's like, I don't have time to go to the locker because none of the adults have time management.
Yeah,
You know?
right. Yeah, you can teach your son.
The problem is that the kids are loaded with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of homework, a lot of stuff. The teachers are also under pressure. They want to meet their deadlines to have the kids finish it. At the end, the kids are carrying all these loaded books, and then they are really overloaded, and they don't know what to do.
Yes.
So very distracted, and I feel pity for the kids nowadays, how much they carry.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, sometimes they teach them things that are not as helpful. You know, they took a lot of classes that had life skills out of the schools now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
because what's happening in the educational system, the integrated programs, they're throwing the second grader with the sixth grader with the eighth grader, all three classes are combined, and kids are really confused, and they're not getting 100% of their attention of their own class. So that's another issue.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
True.
But
I really feel pity for the kids now, what they are going through.
They took the classes like woodworking, mechanics, and home economics out of the schools, which I feel taught you some of those life skills, right? Because it taught you how to shop, you got to accomplish and finish a goal and actually see it get done, not just on paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much. This has been very helpful for me personally, so thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice.
So, okay, no more questions. We can conclude.
You know, one of the things I would suggest, you know, there like parent-teacher classes, and then they also have school parental classes, and you can voice out, you can give comments on that, and how things can be improved. Maybe that's another way to open up their minds and what you're going through. And I'm sure other parents also have comments like this. So
maybe. I feel like if they're not Krishna conscious, they're so scatterbrained to begin with anyway.
It is a bigger problem. Definitely.
It's a bigger problem. Definitely a bigger problem. And like I said, sometimes they're focusing on just having like the regional score or the score of the school, and then the really important things to make kids prosper in their life gets over, you know?
Correct.
When she was showing quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, I kind of feel like if you don't have quadrant 2 really together, then it causes crisis. Like if you don't have things planned properly and under control, and you're not educated the right way, and all these different things, you're always going to be living in a state of crisis. So from that perspective, I feel like quadrant 2 is actually the most important.
Yes, Mataji. Quadrant 2 is the most important one. Everyone has to follow quadrant 2. Yeah, because that is planned, and planning is which one is we are giving the importance.
Planning
the priority. Yeah. So
Correct.
it's a decide.
So-
We have to decide it. This is the plan.
So in the Kali Yuga, I feel like everybody's living in a state of crisis all the time.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know, because that's how we're conditioned. We're conditioned to just, all you have to do is feel good enough to get out of the house and go to work, and everything else can be falling apart around you.
Yeah.
And that's the state that that's become the normal state of everyone, from, you know, little kids up to adulthood until you die. Everybody's just kind of in a state of crisis because nobody teaches you these things.
Yes.
Living in a crisis world.
Yeah, including the teachers that are supposed to be teaching. They're also living in crisis and teaching in crisis.
Because there is nothing left to your emotions to deal with yourself.
Nope. You just have to feel good enough to make it to work, and that's all they care about, the government. You just
Yes.
feel good enough to drag your butt out of bed, go to work, come home, and let everything else fall apart around you, just enough to make it back to work.
Yes.
So you can buy all.
You know what? Sadhana helps you. Satsang
Yes.
can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Satsang
You
Devotee
can voice
Association.
out your concern.
Inspired.
Wonderful class. Yes.
Inspired Prabhuji's, Mataji's. Whoever going the right way, we can follow that path. We also get one day hope.
Mataji, you should become a supervisor and conduct all this.
No, our supervisor is not talking today. Prabhuji is busy. Yeah, our supervisor is there. Our teacher is there. He's busy, yeah, Prabhuji.
You can go to big organizations and give this topic, and then they will really learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we can.
This is a struggle.
Yes, we can start one more time this same topic. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Next, so do you have any ideas? Please, Mataji, say, Prabhuji, give any ideas for next class. What session we can start? If anything you have, please suggest. You can give suggestion or anything. For next, now this is finished. Now next one, what we can. Anything? If you have, yeah, let me know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Then we'll see. We'll see next week. Okay.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarushyapcha kripa sindhupe evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि भक्त वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपादा की जय. श्रील गुरु महाराज की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna.
हरे
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.